What's up, guys? It's episode 79. We're here without the Huffster again. He's got a gig he's got to do in Texas. Last minute came up. It's an exciting lifestyle he lives,
He's
you
much
know?
cooler than us. I hate
Yeah.
it.
um, so, a lot of stuff this week. First of all, did you see the trailer?
Trailer looks fucking hype, dude. If
Yeah.
Bungie knows how to make a trailer, if they do anything correctly with the Destiny release, it's a
Yeah.
trailer.
They especially know how to make a trailer with Trials gear in it. And then
Yeah, that was it's a little bit of a misstep there, wasn't it?
Like if it's funny because it's like they probably put it together a long time ago, and they had plans to do something with that, and forgot that it was in there. But man, the Destiny community analyzes everything that was never gonna make it through. You
No, no
you,
way.
you need somebody to like review that because it wasn't just like one random frame. It was like
It was like a
Armor
good like
2.0. There it
yeah, it was like
is.
a good two seconds or so, like just right there.
Yeah.
And
So
I mean, how can you not tell what the Trials armor looks like? Maybe people who haven't played, I don't know.
right.
It was a mess. It was a mess.
So yeah, that was a really cool trailer though. It
Yeah.
definitely got me hyped.
Hmm.
Also, there was a bunch of content creators that were at Bungie
Yeah.
last week, and they were allowed to release their footage that they captured yesterday.
Yeah, the
Eh,
first embargo had lifted, and we got to see some moon action, dude.
Yeah, so if you don't want spoilers, I would start avoiding YouTube now, except for this show. You should
Yeah,
definitely
no,
be on this show.
watch us. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but there is moon footage all over. I think
I don't
something
think
came out today too that looked sort of spoiler heavy.
maybe I don't think anyone has actually released the ending of the story mission though.
It's
As
halfway
far
through.
yeah, because there's supposedly a big deal, and obviously they're not gonna let them show us the end of the mission. I mean, that's silly.
Yeah. I don't know, like I'm always torn on this stuff. Like I'm okay with watching official stuff Bungie puts out. Like some people are like, I don't want to see the trailers, it's spoilery, blah blah blah. I'm like, no. I'm fine with marketing material. It's not gonna
Yeah,
bother me. But I remember when Destiny 2 was launching, I was like, this hour-long footage of someone exploring the EDZ leaked onto YouTube. I was like, I'm not touching that.
leaked
Like,
stuff I usually hesitate to take a look at or acknowledge just because for one you don't know if it's real, for two it wasn't meant to be put out there, so
yeah.
it's not it's not intentional for us to see it, so why should we, I don't know, it's a weird kind of slippery slope.
Now, this stuff was meant to be put out.
Yes, they actually flew them out, and all that stuff to make this happen, so
I haven't personally watched the half mission. Like, it's not that I've been
there's honestly
avoiding it.
there's nothing spoilery in it. I feel
Okay.
like from what I watched, I mean, it's nothing we're not gonna end up seeing from the trailers even. Like I feel from what I saw in the trailer and what I saw in the half mission, like I don't think it spoiled anything personally, and that's obviously not having played it, So I assume it's not spoilerly. It just kind of shows you.
So every video I've seen that has come out has been like somebody talking about something with moon footage in the background, and then their actual video content, like the content they need to talk about, is like 4 or 5 minutes long, and then their footage is 20 minutes. So I haven't like just sat there and watched the footage, but I've listened to like what a lot of people have had to say, and there's been a lot of like breakdowns and analyzation. Like I saw
Mm,
As to Cross's video he put out. He showed this awesome breakdown of the new hand cannon recoil animation changes.
ooh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after this if you remind
Okay.
me.
Okay.
And basically he like broke it down in frames, and it was like at the 44 frame mark is
Hmm.
when you could fire the gun again, right? And he
Oh.
compared it side by side with what we have right now, and like
Hmm.
right at when you're able to fire the gun again in the current sandbox, basically your reticle is still in the wrong place. It's like up
Hmm.
and to the right off of the gun, and it doesn't actually point where it's about to shoot at all. And
Explains a lot of the ghost bullets and shit we get.
and in the new one, they've adjusted it so it comes back down quicker and you can actually see what you're shooting at. I'm hoping it fixes Sunshot because like Sunshot, in my opinion, has always had that problem most egregiously. It takes
Yeah.
a year and a half for the gun to settle, and that's what I've
The
always
kick
hated
on it
about it.
alone is the biggest problem, and then when you add that issue on top of it, it's unusable more or less.
Yeah. So that looked pretty cool. We also saw Mesa Sean.
Yeah.
He turned in all of his bounties and flew through the
Yeah, dude.
seasonal progression. I don't know if it was just like they made it like the experience happen faster in that test build so that people would feel like they were progressing in such a
He
short
also turned in
window.
gambit bounties. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, I
It,
didn't I didn't go back after reading this patch notes, but
he actually turned in gambit bounties. That's
what I
why
did
he had
notice
so
though
many
is he
more
didn't
too.
have any really good bounties. He had
No,
like the shitty
they're.
ones, and somehow he got to like rank 5. I was like,
I think there
damn.
was even some Vanguard and stuff bounties in there. So I think the footage itself, because he even noted like this may change, by
Yeah,
the time. So it's possible that what we saw from him doing that, regardless, turning in bounties is going to be fucking key. Clearly, I
yeah,
mean, and it doesn't seem like it's going to take a whole lot to progress very very fastly. So that's kind of nice.
yeah. So based on what they're worth right now, if it's 100,000, like I have 300,000 saved up
Mhm.
in experience, based on what those bounties are worth right now,
Mhm.
and they're saying, or it said 100,000 in the tooltip of that footage per
Mhm.
level, and it didn't scale up at all in those 5 levels. It just stayed at 100,000 for
Which
seasonal
made
ranks anyway. I
I
don't
think
know
for the
about the
season pass it might
artifact.
be. Oh yeah, the artifact. There was nothing on the artifact so
Right,
far,
yeah.
which I think leads to the guess that it's going to be released after the raid.
Right. Um so that was interesting to see.
Mm.
But so now getting to the TWAB, this thing was a behemoth. Like
It's beefy.
holy cow. There
Hmm.
we're some of this stuff we're gonna spend more time on. Some of this stuff we'll kind of just go through. If you really want like a huge in-depth look at this stuff, you should definitely pop it open and give
Always
it a
read the
read.
TWAB, friends. We
Yeah.
we can't cover everything all the time, but if there's, you always read it. Always read it.
So, just starting off, um, they remind us how they're crunching the DPS numbers. So don't be shocked in Shadowkeep when you start seeing smaller numbers. It doesn't change the DPS or time to kill or anything like that. It's only for PvE, and it's just a number crunch. That's all. That's basically it for that.
They
Uh,
just adjusted their algorithm. Nothing huge.
and they've future proofed it. Is the other thing they
Correct. Yeah,
say.
exactly. Yeah, they noticed that they're gonna keep giving us limited levels, so they got to make it make sense.
Yeah. Um, for PvE, they're retuning difficulty for level scaling, which is interesting. So, combatants that are 10 to 40 levels higher will take less time to kill and deal less damage. So that's an interesting thing.
Mm,
Um, but now you'll be able to actually damage combatants up to 100 power levels above your level.
right.
And then just to clarify, if you're over leveled, it'll feel exactly the same, or if you're at level, it'll feel exactly the same. So it's only enemies that are above you that'll feel different now.
Right.
Uh,
Which is good. It's great.
it could be. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna feel, but I'm thinking about in context of the raid. So we know that we are gonna be capped at 920 for the raid, right?
Hmm.
And in Crown of Sorrows, the light modifier was 15. So we were 15 light levels under. I think that's going to change this time because if they're saying now that this 10 to 40 range is going to take less time to kill and deal less damage, to keep it consistent, that means it would have to be higher than it was last time to feel the same way that it did in
Well, okay.
Crown.
So raids are pinnacle activities, and they mention how pinnacle activities are going to be your source for, which we haven't gotten there in the 12 yet, but they're going to be your source for the most powerful stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is we're going to be 40 under. If they're capping
40
us at
under.
920,
Yeah.
I'm
Be
guarantee
960.
it'd be 950, 960. So it'll be about 30
Right.
to 40 under, which would make
Which
sense.
it would make sense because 960 is the cap where you can get from the raid.
Yep.
So that would make sense. And then if that feels the same as it did before,
Which it should,
yeah.
realistically. Yeah. Not to mention we're getting a little bit of a PvE buff, which will help with that not feel as terrible, as well as I think this time it's going to feel as challenging, but maybe not as terrible, maybe
Mm.
not as rough. So it should be nice.
Um. Okay. So moving on, there's changes to how you level up,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Um, basically, before, when you were above the soft cap, and they don't specify this here, but this is what they're talking about.
Mm.
If you receive a non-powerful reward, just a regular legendary drop, it was always 15 to 20 light below.
Mm.
Now it's going to be 0 to 3 below.
That's a fantastic
Yeah.
change.
So that means that potentially legendary drops could actually help you level up,
Yep.
which means, and I was thinking about this, it's possible that, say you have boots that are like way behind, they're like
Mm-hmm.
15 light or power levels behind everything else.
Yeah.
You could potentially go and turn in Crucible tokens until you get boots, and it would be an upgrade.
I'm half tempted to just sit in there and turn in a fuck ton of
Oh,
tokens
I'm
just
going
to
to.
see.
That's the
Well,
first thing
yeah.
I'm doing.
I mean, yeah, because we got to reach that soft cap, and then we'll
Yeah.
reach the next cap. Yeah, exactly. That's a great idea.
So that's going to change how leveling works significantly. Year 2 powerful reward sources have changed to legendary rewards. So if you have like a bounty that said powerful, like if you, I'm assuming basically everything added after Forsaken or from Forsaken on,
Mm.
except maybe Gambit. I don't know. Like Gambit might stay powerful. I don't know.
Realistically, we're gonna have to see because
Yeah.
sometimes they word stuff in such a way that it can
Right.
be embellished in any way we want it to. So
Right. But I don't know. I don't think any of the DLC stuff is going to stay powerful. I don't think Menagerie, Reckoning, or the Forges are going to stay powerful as sources of powerful rewards.
it's unlikely because they want
Yeah.
us to
Play the new content.
exactly.
And it would be kind of unfair to say to these new players who are buying this DLC, you have to go buy Forsaken if you want to be able to level up as fast as everyone else. That would be really, really weird.
Yeah, and I don't see them doing it, especially the way they have this model going now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the new powerful rewards every season are going to come from the next onslaught of stuff.
So and they also no longer have a chance to drop random exotics.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's not a big deal because they would just be old exotics anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so this was the thing I just saw on my newsfeed. I said there's some spoilery stuff I think on YouTube. Dado just posted this Nightfall. Footage of this Nightfall, the ordeal.
Oh, as much as I want to watch it, I don't know if I
know.
will.
I don't think I can do it. I don't really want to see it.
Oh, Dada, why?
I'm sure it's not just him. I'm sure like everybody got to play
yeah,
it.
I'm guaranteed. Mesa Sean, all them too. Like they wanted them to film this stuff. They wanted them to put it out there, right? Like I get that. Like, but at the same time, it's so close now. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up watching it. I'm a sucker, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. Tell your buddy to chill with the vids, Dado.
Listen, I have no access to Dado easily. All right, it's just Danielle. All right, calm down.
Under and over leveling activities no longer adjust how much power received from the rewards.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Level 50's gone, obviously. Everyone's technically level 50, but they've just removed it from the character sheet.
Which I had to fucking argue with you to
Yeah,
get to
because they
agree with.
didn't they've never put this line until now. Like it was
Right.
not
Well,
clear.
I wasn't clear, but
Yeah.
it was clear enough that you could see that that's what was happening.
Sure.
It was contextually clear, but not explicitly said.
Well, because like in their stream they were like, if you look at another character, we've removed the 50 from above their head and replaced it with a
Right.
class warlock. So I just thought it was like a UI change because it's pointless to see that someone's level 50 because everyone's level 50
They
practically.
should have at least embellished on that, at least another sentence like they even did here. Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
made more sense. Like I said, it was contextually understood, but
Get
not
this man
explicitly
some
said.
ranch. Oh my god.
This is never gonna leave me. Oh my god.
For those of you who don't know, Eddie is a ranch man. He likes to just eat straight ranch out of a tub.
You fucking have baby carrots with ranch one time, and all of a sudden you eat tubs of ranch, dude. This is my life now. Hi guys, I'm Eddie, the ranch guy. Fucking
So everyone's gonna be level 750 at the launch. The soft cap's gonna be 900. So turn your tokens in to get there. Just
hell.
for reference, the first character you turn tokens in on is gonna cost more than your next two.
Yeah. So start with your
Because you're gonna be trying to get to 900, and you're not gonna have anything that's 900. But on your next character, when you switch over, you're probably gonna have a weapon that's like 910 or something like that. So it'll bring your average up, and every time you get upgrades, it'll be jumping your average up more and more. So
to have your main be your last one, basically.
yep. Powerful cap's gonna be 950, like we said. The pinnacle cap is gonna be 960, which breaks down to the raid, Iron Banner, and Reese was saying redacted, but I'm pretty sure that's just going to be the Vex offensive.
Yeah.
Prime engrams now gain charges more quickly. What does that mean?
So basically, every time we were out in the world doing stuff, the ability for a prime engram to drop was longer than it will be now. So you get like a kind of a set charge time until the next legendary thing that drops in your area to be a prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's like an invisible charge.
Correct. Yeah. Your prime attunement, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing. So you'll
Well,
get
prime
primes more
attunement,
often.
like they can still drop without prime attunement, but there's a
Correct.
charge. Prime attunement makes it charge faster, I guess, is this.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Power gains restructured. So now they all provide +3 versus +4 to 7 for prime engrams.
Yeah.
What is the prime example quest? Do you know?
That's when you get your first prime engram from I think it was the Cryptarch. When they first introduced the prime engrams, right? When you played through Forsaken and stuff, you got like a prime engram and you had to turn it in, and it was just basically we've done it. If we've been playing long enough, we've done it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
So
been so long now we don't remember.
yeah, I don't remember that
That
quest.
line is more for new light players, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, I saw something else about, I don't know if I skipped over it. There was something about charges for if you get a powerful reward and it's like you've gotten it before you hit the soft cap.
Mhm.
Did you read this line too? Then it's gonna like hold it off for you or something like that.
I don't remember that honestly.
Yeah, I'll see if we come across it because I don't see it here
Okay.
now. Anyway, Bright Dust is now going to be obtained from bounties, which are going to be reobtainable. Like you can do more than one in the same day.
Which is fantastic.
Yep. Um,
It's nice that they're giving us this option to farm bright dust since we're no longer having these bright engrams to get it from. I think that's really cool.
Side note, I've got a fuck ton of bright dust from farming forges.
Not to mention your Eververse bounties are going to break down into bright dust as well.
Yeah,
Same with your fire team medallions that we all bought 25 of.
I bought 100. Well, they originally, when they put that check sheet out, they said 100, and then
Oh,
Sweatcicle corrected him. He was like, "You don't need 100," but it was
yeah.
too late. I had already bought them all.
That's when
Maxed
everyone
that
thought they
bar
still
out.
stacked, which they
Yeah.
don't. That makes sense.
Yep. Um. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how much each bounty is going to be worth, but you'll be able to do them multiple times a day. So it'll be a pretty abundant currency that you could delve into.
The ones now are 70, so if we can do them daily, they'll probably be about 10 to 20.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Well, I don't even know. Like the ones now, they cost those notes and everything like that. So
So
yeah,
probably, I would say still about 10 to 20 per bounty
yeah.
would make sense.
Mm.
Especially since you're going to need bright dust to buy stuff from Eververse as far as like, your finisher, whatever's, and shit like that. So
Season 7 Best of Year 1 Engram retired. In its place, players can now obtain the Season 8 Nostalgic Engram. Um, I don't know what that's going to include though. Is that like anything up to season 8 or just stuff from season 8?
I would assume since this is nostalgic, it would be anything up to.
Okay.
So instead of calling it like best of year 2 and year 1, they call it nostalgic.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh
Fucking hell.
yeah. As we know, the Glimmer cap is up to 950 now.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. Um Glimmer rewards have been increased for in-game activities like lost sectors, public events, chests, and you'll get a lot from like killing things and whatnot.
Mhm.
So, Spider's exchange has been revamped to yield more things, which is good because I hate clicking so much on there.
Shit was annoying.
I think actually, like, I wish they could restructure it so that you could, like a real game, click on it and be like, how
I
much
want
do
this
you
many.
want?
Yeah.
Drag a slider bar or type it in, whatever.
Mhm.
That'd be cool. Bungie.
If you're listening.
Zur is going to be his Engram is going to be updated to include everything from this annual pass now. So if you're still missing any armor exotics, you want those or anything, then after October 1st, you're going to want to go buy that. I still have 2 more that I need. So
Although if you're looking for Zur and you hear this before Tuesday, he's on IO, a giant scar. Not Nessus.
So patch notes stuff. This is some interesting things. Quality of
Yes.
life stuff here. They added rally banners to Leviathan Eater Worlds and Spire Stars. That's an
No
awesome
longer wears the
change.
rally banner flag. Joke. Let's go.
Yeah. Shattered Throne is going to be accessible from the director, resettable. So
Fan fucking tastic, dude.
yeah,
Only took a year, but hey.
that's going to be great. And you don't have to do it on a 3-week cycle anymore. It'll be
Which is nice.
accessible all the time.
Which is weird because it breaks lore, and I'm a
I don't
little.
care.
I know you don't care, but I'm concerned.
Nah, it's good because if people buy that old content, it's gonna be confusing to them. They're like, "Hey, I
And then
bought
that's fine.
Forsaken. I want
I
to."
get why they're
Yeah,
doing it, but like as far as lore goes and the reason how it works now, the way it works now,
yeah.
it's a little. I mean, I get it.
Um, Originally I was worried that the whole flawless thing was gonna be impossible with the changes to Well,
Hmm.
and Lunafaction and all, solo flawless, but I might actually give it a shot now,
I
especially
don't think
since it
it's
can
going to be
be
impossible. It's going to
reset.
be a slight bit more difficult, but I would
Yeah,
say
I
it's
was thinking
possible.
about it, and since grenade launchers aren't getting nerfed,
Hmm.
just DPS the ogre with your heavy grenade launcher.
Yep,
You
Swarm
know,
will melt that boy.
yeah, and you can just hold on to your mountaintop ammo for just majors and stuff like that.
You'll have to two-phase it, but it'll be fine. I don't see it being any more horrendous than it is.
No, I think you could still one phase it if you have enough heavy ammo.
True, but you'd have to stack it where you're gonna do DPS from.
Yeah.
Your man of ammo capacity alone with Swarm. I personally don't believe. I think all of it would do what it needs to. I could be wrong. But it
One
might.
phase without reload. I mean, you might even be able to well, I mean, you'll obviously be reloading, but if you keep those Lunafaction boots on, then you'll be able to reload that heavy launcher pretty fast. So,
True. Yeah.
I don't know. The forges are now accessible through the director, so you won't have
Which
to
is
run to them anymore.
Great.
That's
It's
good.
great.
And before you get your hopes up too much, they did fix them now, so you won't be able to AFK farm them anymore.
Yeah. Get wrecked, you scrubs.
I've already
Yeah, I know you
gotten
would use the
my
fuck out
fair
of that.
share out of those, so I don't need it anymore. Did they say how they fixed it? 'Cause
They're
it's not
just probably
here.
just shorten the timer of getting kicked.
Okay, yeah,
I would
probably.
assume. I would assume. I mean, that would make the most sense. Basically, if it fails, you're probably kicked out of the queue.
Makes sense. There'll be less people doing them too, but
Yeah.
weapon mods now treated as well, and that won't fix it because people will probably macro. I won't do that, but people will
Right, but I
probably
think
macro.
if I don't know. I'm sure someone will find a way to get around it, but until
Yeah.
we see it, we don't know.
The weapon mods are gonna be reusable instead of consumable now. Make sure you have one copy of every weapon mod that you own. If you have a weapon mod that's only inside of a gun, and you really want the mod, but you don't care about the gun, then break it down and take the mod out. Don't you won't have it if it's inside a gun. So
Yeah,
you
Break
just
shit.
need one copy though. So if you have like 25 copies of
Targeting adjuster or
targeting
something.
adjuster or something, then you can get rid of most of those and get the components now.
Mm-hmm.
Discarding an enhancement core no longer deletes the entire stack. That's good because that's a really bad thing.
Why are you deleting enhancement cores in the first place? That's my concern.
Well, because probably they delete the wrong thing.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I came very close when we used to have to break. There was a consumable.
Leviathan keys.
Or no, I didn't do this to enhancement cores. I remember what happened. I back when we used to have to pop the consumable to get Vanguard tokens and stuff like that.
Oh, the boons and stuff.
I went to do that and deleted my whole stack of Vanguard tokens.
Oh no.
They did update that a while ago, I think, so
Yeah.
that you don't delete the whole stack. But why this was on the rarest resource in the game,
Ah,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Borealis and Hardlight are getting a quality of life adjustment where if Prism is on, if you reload, it'll automatically switch to that element. So
It's
that's
an
awesome.
amazing change, yeah.
Yeah. Fixed an issue where Hunter's Tempest Strike melee ability couldn't be performed if the sprint button was set to hold. I didn't know that was a bug, but that sucks.
To be fair, if you're hold sprinting, that's a little weird.
Yeah. Well, some people I see them log on like for the first time and they're like I don't know why my shift like I hold it down and like I let off it but it kept sprinting. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's a toggle sprint.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What most people use, I think.
I would assume monsters. I don't know.
Phoenix Protocol no longer award bonus super energy on kills and assists to warlocks inside the Well of Radiance. They do not also have a Well of Radiance equipped.
I mean, to be fair,
I didn't know that was
weird.
a thing.
That was a thing, yeah.
Yeah. Allied golden gun projectiles weren't able to go through banner shields, and now they will. I didn't. I did know that was a thing. Actually, I remember it happening in PvP. Oddly enough, this Titan had
play
that.
anything else? No.
Yeah, this Titan had that banner shield up, and like a lot of us were behind him in like capturing a zone or whatever. And I
Hmm.
popped my golden gun and I shot it, and I was like, "What the like? Why is it blocking my golden gun shots? Are you kidding me? Like that is an idiotic thing."
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Um, Queen's Wrath perk for Wishender wasn't correctly highlighting players if their shield was depleted. Okay, that's very small change. Players who obtained the salute emote in the past can now correctly select it in their emote wheel. Multiplayer buddy emotes now have a visible indication of where a player can stand to interact and initiate the emote.
Pretty
Wasn't it
nice.
wasn't it just if like the button came up that it worked?
Yeah. So yeah, now they're giving you an actual spot to stand where it'll trigger it. So like you still have to press the button, but
Oh,
it'll
it'll be
be
like on
more
the
apparent.
ground.
It'll be more
Okay.
apparent, especially with like the one where you have to be on like to literally next to the person to trigger
Mm-hmm.
it. That one
Gotcha.
everyone always kind of gets weird. So it makes
Interesting.
sense. Yeah, it's a nice change.
Failing the first encounter. Oh, here it is. Yeah. First
Yeah,
encounter for any Black Armory Forge will no longer award planetary destination. So
makes sense.
that's
Yeah,
how they fixed it. It just doesn't award
yeah.
materials
So you
for
won't get
failing.
shit if you fail, which
Yeah.
makes sense.
I like the face they put at the end there.
It's so fucking funny.
All right. Here's a big one. There's
Yeah,
no more pinnacle rewards.
good and bad.
Well, no more pinnacle weapons for seasons, I should say.
Right. I understand and I agree with their thought process on it, but at the same time, these ritual weapons, I feel are
They don't sound exciting.
no, the ones that they have here now, no. But if the next set are, I would say this is a good change. I
Well,
think right now,
I agree with their philosophy of
yeah,
the like they got too powerful for legendary.
right. They outshined most exotics, and they're right.
Yeah.
They kind of bungled that one, and that's fine, and then that's why this game is this game, and it has room to expand and grow and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like
Would you
taking the
rather them just make three legendary rewards? Or I mean three exotic rewards as pinnacles?
I would. I mean, it would be nice, but then loadout becomes the issue, right? Where you can have three legendaries, you can only have one exotic equipped.
Yeah.
They would have to. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where
I'm just not
we're
excited. Like they're
we're
talking
not
about
satisfied with the state of exotics as they are. We don't feel like a lot of them feel exotic, right?
there's
So
they showcase these three new rewards, and first of all, the new ritual rewards. The big difference, guys, is that there's no longer going to be a unique perk on them.
yeah,
So they're just going to be a curated role. I don't know how to feel excited about that. And I mean, they're going to be an easier quest, but it's like I'm looking at this. This is a basic bitch machine gun right here. Like
then again, the
who
palindrome and
cares?
the IS Luna and stuff, those were regular ass, decent rolled weapons, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like they're going back to that. I think they realize their misstep in making that even an option. Because in D1, if you think about it, we never had anything close to the stuff that's happening now, unless they were exotic weapons.
You
So
think
I
that
think
these are
they,
going to be obtainable forever, or you think that these are going to go away at the end of the season?
since they're calling them ritual weapons, I don't know because I feel like
I think they're
it
going to
would
go
make sense.
away.
I would think so. Honestly, it would make sense because they are talking about how they want seasonal rewards to make you want to play during that season, right?
That's the only
So,
way I'm going to do them. Because
well,
it's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
uh, if they're, they'd have to be a good role that I'm
Yeah,
interested in using, for me to be interested in doing it.
yeah, I see these going away with the season. I feel like this is one of those things where if you don't get it, it's gone.
Yeah. Uh, Huge nerfs to a lot of damage dealing perks in PvE. So,
Mhm.
Rampage, Kill Clip, Swashbuckler, Multi Kill Clip, Desperado, Surrounded, Master of Arms, and Onslaught are all getting PvE nerfs.
It's a bummer, but we
Uh,
saw it coming.
Rest in Peace, Recluse.
No, I don't think it's gonna take that much of a hit.
Master of Arms was the thing that made it busted.
Yeah, but it's still really good. It's still good at mowing down,
How?
mowing down ads.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know.
It's just going to be a submachine gun. I mean, I don't know what they're doing to Master of Arms. They don't explain exactly, but it's going to do less damage. So I'm not saying like it shouldn't get nerfed. I'm just saying I don't think there's going to be a reason to use that.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's gonna change a whole lot. But then again, they're nerfing ricochet rounds too, which was another reason
Right, so
it went
you'll
even
lose the
further.
range on top of
True.
it.
Yeah, maybe there will be better options. I mean, who knows?
Well, there's going to be Huckleberry. Dude,
No.
Rampage is not getting affected on
Yeah,
Huckleberry.
but I just don't like Huckleberry. I just don't care for that gun. I don't like the way it sounds when it shoots. I don't like the way it looks. I don't know.
Gonna be Huckleberry.
You're a Huckleberry.
SMG damage is getting a buff too, kind of Kloss. But I mean, here's the thing: you usually use SMGs to kill minor enemies, and the precision nerf thing is gonna kind of balance out the buff, so it'll be roughly the same as it is now.
Realistically, what it comes down to is we'll see. I don't know.
But their
my
explanation for
cold
this is they say in Destiny 1 there was a perk called Crowd Control, which basically existed before Rampage. It capped out at 15%. Rampage caps out at 67%, and they say it's just gotten totally out of control and they need to hone it in.
Which makes sense.
So I will say this: Crowd Control was a terrible perk that I never wanted on any gun.
It's because it wasn't like Rampage.
I'm just saying, like, for what it's worth, yes, you have gotten far away from what that was, but that was a bad perk in comparison to what was the other things that were out in Destiny 1.
To be fair, they're taking a chance changing up the meta. I appreciate it. They're making us want to use different things. That's fine. I'm okay with it.
So it'll still be good, S tier? I don't know, Kloss. First of all, I mean, like, we don't know what they're doing to Master of Arms. I'm assuming it's going to do significantly less damage. But I will say this, like, that plus the range nerf, I don't think it's going to be anything special. Like, it's going to be an SMG. You know, whatever. We'll see. Definitely not S tier, though.
The S this D tier. Oh.
So there's the pictures of the new ritual rewards, but you've got an LMG for the Vanguard. You've got a scout rifle for the Crucible. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And a submachine gun for Gambit.
Speaking of which, the submachine gun looks pretty nice.
Have you gotten all the Pinnacle rewards that exist?
I still need Wendigo and Not Forgotten.
I need Wendigo and Hush. I'm not doing Hush though.
It's a boring grind. Honestly, you should have been doing it while you're doing all those gambits.
I didn't really do that many gambits.
I don't know what to tell you then.
All I did was
I sat there and as long as you have the medals, I sat there with maybe only like
alls I have is the medals.
If you sit there, it'll take you about 3 hours max, I think, if you just double bow.
I don't know. Like, I went into a game. I tried. I went in and I was like, yeah, I should start working on this. Put on a bow. I played one game. I got like 25 kills with the bow, and I was like, I can't do this. This is gonna take so long.
I mean, it's what you want to put into it, honestly. Don't bother with moats. Don't bother with anything, but just killing ads.
Be a detriment to your team.
Literally, you literally have to finish that thing. It's rough.
Maybe this throwing knife will be good. Probably not. We'll see how scout rifles
I don't know. It's Randy's, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, it is Randy's. Some changes to the calendar coming up. Basically, the Vex offensive schedule moved, right? That's what they said.
I think so.
Where is it? No, Nightmare Hunts.
Okay.
Adjusted the timing of Nightmare Hunts. This is what the new schedule looks like. So, Nightmare Hunts are going to be Hero Nightmare Hunts on 10/8, Legend Nightmare Hunts 10/15, and Master Nightmare Hunts on 10/22.
Move them up. It's all right.
I think originally they were all coming out at the same time.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think.
I don't remember the old roadmap. Honestly, I tried to just look at the newest one. I don't know.
Yeah. They acknowledge their fuck up with the Trials of 9 armor being
Mm-hmm.
shown, and they say it's not going to be in the game. Sorry, guys. The finishers, they clarify that there's going to be finishers that allow you to spawn heavy ammo for yourself, and a finisher mod that allows you to spawn special ammo for your fire team.
Yeah.
That's interesting because
they had
it
talked
drains
about the heavy
it,
one.
it
For
drains
everybody.
half your super though, so you only get it for yourself.
I mean, yeah, it makes
Terrible.
sense.
No, I mean it would make sense if you got it for your whole team. I'm not giving up half my super for just heavy for me.
I might be a life or death situation at that point. Who knows?
What?
If you're trying to solo something,
Oh. But if they just use your super then.
yeah. But if you can just continuously keep building your super and getting heavy ammo, wouldn't that be just as good?
Slowly. You wouldn't be able to do it in like one encounter really. I don't think that that's going to be heavy ammo does more damage than a super. I don't know, man.
Yeah, because the super's just one and done. You know,
If you're
you can kill
soloing
multiple
things,
things.
like you probably need like a bubble or a well or something.
I don't know. I feel like it's not that bad.
I mean, I definitely won't be giving up half my super to spawn
Then
special ammo for my
don't
fire
be a
team.
fire team player, dude. Just to be a selfish guy.
Well, the heavy ammo is only for yourself.
That's okay.
That's what I was saying. It's not okay.
That's fine.
No.
I
I
don't
would
give
be
a fuck.
willing to give half of it up to give everybody heavy ammo. I would not be willing to give half of it up just for me.
Fuck a fire team, dude.
I'll just put on armament mod and melee one thing and get heavy
They
ammo for
haven't
myself.
talked about the armament mods. We don't know
Well, they've
what's happening with
shown the
those.
mods in Armor 2.0 and the mod like the Taken mods and stuff like that still exist.
But they also said that we could use half our super to give everyone heavy ammo too.
Yeah,
So we don't know what's changed.
true. But yeah, I don't know if it works the same way for the special one, but giving up half your super to spawn special ammo is ridiculous. Why
I
would
think
you
for
do that?
special, it probably won't be as much.
Mm. So I'm gonna skip this pride section here because I don't think there's anything to talk about with the game. Um, the
That's more Bungie store.
raid jacket looks pretty cool. What do you think?
I like it. I don't necessarily like the sleeves as much. I kind of
Yeah.
like the Crown of Sorrow sleeves where it's it pinches at the wrist. But the inside of that jacket is gorgeous, and I like the kind of the green olive color of it. It's
So
fucking beautiful.
I think we're both in the same boat. We're still waiting for our crown jacket.
Yes, they said end of Q3. Well, they didn't say end of Q3. They said Q3, which actually ends in 3 days. So I'm feeling that probably once the new raid comes out, that's when they'll start shipping them out because that's what happened with the Scourge jackets and stuff. So
Mm.
it's still gonna be a little bit, but they're coming, I'm sure.
Um, I don't know if there's any situation where I'm gonna buy this. I'm definitely not buying it unless I get the day one clear for sure, and then I'll have to think about it.
That's fair. Like I said, I if it was if the sleeves were like the ones on the crown jacket, I would probably 100% buy it. But I just
Mm,
don't like the way the sleeves are.
makes
The
sense.
inside is fucking gorgeous. The color of the jacket in general is I really like it. But
I feel bad for like Godin. Godin bought
that
the
track
Scourge
jacket,
one.
dude.
Dude,
Oh
that's the
no.
worst looking one.
Yeah, dude. Even the Last Wish one's really nice. Like that one's a track jacket.
Yeah.
Who thought making it look like a fucking little league jacket was a good idea?
I don't know, dude. Um, there's also going to be a mystery T-shirt.
If you complete it in general, isn't it? Oh no, before fifth. Oh no. Yeah, in general, I think.
Yeah, if you complete it in general, but they haven't shown what it looks like yet.
Because there's spoilers for the raid, so
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Last little tidbit here. If you're on PC, I really hope that you have set up your transfer to Steam on Bungie.
Link your Steam account,
Yeah.
do the cross save, do all of it. You never know, and
There
preload that thing.
yeah, there's a lot of information here about preloading and how the license transfer is going to work with Forsaken and stuff. You're going
Highly
to want to look
suggest
at
you go and
this.
read all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to want to look at all these details. But the most important thing is go on Bungie.net, link your Steam account. You need to do
Yep.
that.
Do it immediately. Even if you've done cross save, even if you're a console player, do
Yeah.
it. Just link your Bungie account to a Steam account.
Mm-hmm.
Just get it done.
Yep. So, and that is pretty much it for everything. We got through that.
Yeah.
It did not take as long as I expected it to.
No, because there was a lot of stuff we could brush over because they'd been over it before, or
Yeah.
it just didn't need that much embellishing. So it makes sense.
Right.
We're good.
So, guys, I'm super excited for Shadowkeep. I'm going to be taking the next couple days off from the game for the most part just to refresh and kind of like go in feeling excited and not just be like completely burnt out by the time the game starts. But on Tuesday, I am going to be going hard. Like I'm logging on probably an hour or two before the game goes live, and I'll just be sitting there waiting to log in.
Oh, and we are getting our Mars emblems today as of Friday the
Good
27th.
call. Good call.
So get your shit.
Oh, hey, also, I forgot to mention this, but Cosmo or Damage, I can't remember, did clarify something about the Pinnacle rewards because there's a line in here that's very concerning where they say, if you collected all the Pinnacle rewards, we hope you enjoy them. And a lot of people took that to mean you wouldn't be able to do the Pinnacle quests anymore
Right.
after Shadowkeep. And he said, no, it was just a congratulations. If you have done them, you will be able to obtain them at any point moving forward. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, you can still get your Pinnacle rewards. You just they're not making new ones.
Yep. All right. So thanks, guys, for hanging out. We're super excited going into Shadowkeep. Can't wait to talk to you about our impressions on it next week. That'll be super interesting because I'm probably going to be so addicted to the game that I'll probably be playing next week while we're talking about this. But
yeah, this might be a gameplay GuardianCast next week.
Yeah. So you guys are awesome. Oh, that's right, Damage. Yeah, Damage has some health issues. So
Damage, love you.
We'll see you. Peace.